Queen Naomi Jubilates as Ooni of Ife made a mind-blowing promise to his son, Prince Tadenikawo, when he refuses to go back to Akure. But my question is this, is he going to do it? Because sometimes it's not good to promise children something that you know you cannot do. Because this issue of Queen Naomi is coming back today, she's coming back tomorrow. It has been long that we started hearing it. But maybe, let's say that this time he might decide to do it because of his son. Because whether they believe it or not, whether they like it or not, Tade is growing. And this time around, they said he is bombarding all of them with questions. That he always questions his mother as well as his father. And the last one that he did that made Kabiesi to make this promise is they said they visited palace. When Naomi went to deliver the king's food, and she went with Prince Tadenikawo, you know. And when they got there, Tade was happy. He played with daddy as usual. They said anytime he sees his daddy, that hey, all the time that he was not playing with daddy, he would like to play everything the same day. So, and they say he always make the daddy to tell him stories and all of that. And from what we heard, they said Kabiyesi is that one person that likes discussion so much. And they said his son, who is now asking him several questions, as in they said the kind of questions that he's asking this time around. Sometimes you would think that it's somebody that asks him to go and ask that question. So after spending time with the father, and it was time for them to go, you know, as usual, because you know that Queen Naomi doesn't like spending more time in the palace. I don't know her reasons. Maybe because she doesn't feel safe, or because she doesn't want embarrassment from these Olories. Because they said there was a day she came and they blocked her on her way coming. So with all of that, she doesn't like drama. She's a peace-loving human being. She doesn't like to make noise and embarrass herself. Unlike some people who will go to Ojaja more and start embarrassing themselves, they're quarreling and telling people how they live in the palace. Queen Naomi is not that type, and that is why she doesn't like crowd. She have said it, she doesn't like crowd. Okay, they said after they spent their time in the palace, they wanted to return back to Akure, and Tade said he is not going anywhere. That the palace is his father's house. That is where he belongs, and for that reason, that he's not that he's not going. You know, they say no be smart, you know, and before you know it, Kabiyesi started finding a way to convince Queen Naomi that okay, let them just pass the night and all of that. That maybe after that he might decide to change his mind. And Queen Naomi said that it is not happening, not at all. If you really want us to come back, you know what to do. And for the fact that you are comfortable with your women, that she is okay with that, but making her to spend the night there because of what Tade is saying, that is not going to happen. Hey, see, let me tell you, you see Prince Tadenikawo. Prince Tadenikawo is the key to Queen Naomi's reunion with Kabiyesi. You see all of these women, they might be distracting Kabiyesi and all of that. A time will come, and I believe that time is now. Since that they have grown to the point of making sense, because they said he was telling his father that in his class, that his friends in school, that their father used to come and pick them from school. Their father and their mommy, they live the same place. They always see their father every day. Yeah? And why is his own different? You know, when a child starts to ask and to reason in that manner, I bet you, unless the father and the mother, they don't know what it means to give that baby the family love that he deserves. This is the point where they will ask themselves question, where they will be remove selfishness by the side and do what is expected of them. They said that they don't, they start to ask them as in. And this time around, when Kabiyesi tried to make Queen Naomi to stay, and Queen Naomi said that it's not happening, you know. At some point, they said he was kind of changing it for Queen Naomi, and Queen Naomi said that it is not happening, no matter how you try to put it. And at some point, they say that they started crying when the mother and the father was raising voice and all of that. They say he started crying. Then this time, they said the father made a mind-blowing promise to him, telling him that it is not going to take long that he will return back to his base, which is the palace. That this is not going to be like the previous ones, that he will be preparing and something will distract him along the way, and some of these women will do something and then he will stop. That this time around, that he should go and mark the day, that very, very soon, And he also promised to be coming to school sometimes to come and pick him from school. Hey, if you do it though, that is good thing, But I want to remind you that these are all alleged information, okay? Always bear that in mind. I do not live in the palace. And as I hear them, that's why they bring them. But it is expected. Yes, it is expected. Many families today, when they are in this state that Kabiyesi and Queen Naomi is, most times it's their children that brings them together again. As long as there is love, as long as they still love themselves, but they are apart because of some distractions and misunderstanding. And that is what I see here. It is because of distractions and misunderstanding that made them to be where they are today. And because Tade is in their life for a mission, you see that the boy's destiny, it must be fulfilled. Nothing can stop it. Separation cannot stop it. Nothing can stop it. And for the fact that God wants the two of them to raise this child, God is going to bring them back together. And my prayer is, let God use Tadenikawo with his questions, with his cries and everything, with his yearning for love from mommy and daddy together. Let it bring them together. Let it bind them back together the way they used to be. After all, when they were praying for Tade to come, they never prayed that when Tade come, Tade will be staying in Akure and daddy will be staying in Ile-Ife. No, that is not what they prayed for. And they pray that Tade will come and complete their joy in Ile-Ife kingdom, and so shall it be. So they said the king have promised Tadenikawo that very soon that everything is going to be settled and he will be coming to his school, because it's like that one is more important to him. Children, that they are going to be living as together with mommy and daddy. They are going to live together again, but he needs to understand that with time, he needs to give him little time to sort things out and everything will be together. And they said Queen Naomi was just there smiling. Hey, this life safe, this life. Anyways, I pray that the guy does his work, because I believe his work in their life is to bring them back together so that they will help him fulfill his destiny in the land of the living, and nothing will stop it. As I pray, so shall it be. You see, Tade is going to, because they say he's a great guy. As a matter of fact, there was this news I heard that when Tade will be 10 to 11, that he will start to manifest certain things that will make people know that there is God. As in, there is a bigger God. As a matter of fact, they said he have performed one miracle that surprised the father. They said the father was having this new problem that have plagued him for a very long time. That day it was Tade who gave him 3 cups of water. And on the third one, he received instant healing, So guys, I don't know what to say, but all I can say is let the will of God be done. So don't forget that they are all alleged information, because I do not live in the palace. Always bear that in mind. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. And thank you for always being here. I love you guys. Bye for now.